What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sadie. This is Love Through Living, and if you are new here, this is pretty much where I talk about how to love yourself, earth, and others through living. Basically just how to be a better human. And today, something that I want to talk about is how humans are fucking up the earth without realizing it. It's pretty common knowledge that humans single-handedly do the most damage to our planet. I could sit here all day long and talk about fossil fuels, animal agriculture, plastic debris takeover, but unless you completely live underneath a rock, you've heard about at least one or three of them. Number 1, toilet paper. Life without toilet paper seems pretty primal. I mean, people literally judge other people based on the quality of their toilet paper. I mean, it's a big part of our day. One tree produces about 1,000 rolls. The USA uses on average 7 billion rolls a year. So that basically breaks down to cutting down about 7 million trees a year. That's a lot of trees. And that doesn't even mention like the comfort factor and everything else that goes into making your toilet paper super soft and fluffy and enjoyable. We flush $270,000 worth of trees every day. What do I do about that? I know, I mean, it's not like you're just gonna throw away your toilet paper and be like, don't need that anymore, because
we just do.
But there are other ways to get around it. You can get non-paper toilet paper. There's so many different options, and non-bleached toilet paper, non-lotion toilet paper. You can get recycled toilet paper. And it's not what you think, it's just made out of recycled paper, which is just reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, that whole thing. You know, there's different options. Just become more mindful when you're shopping for toilet paper. Number 2, synthetic fabrics. And this is an interesting one. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't even know what a synthetic fabric was. I kind of figured that synthetic fabric would be like nylon or, you know, I don't really know. I guess I've never really thought about it before. But I'm talking polyester, acrylic, nylon, rayon, spandex, latex, and Kevlar, just to name a few. Well, one piece of that clothing, on average, releases 1,000 individual microfibers per wash. And it doesn't like decrease over time because it's basically just tiny particles of the actual synthetic fiber woven into things. It's just tiny particles coming off of that, similar to lint or like fuzz. And that's for one shirt. 1,000 microfibers for one shirt. And I don't know anybody who does a load for just one piece of clothing. I mean, if you do, then maybe that's another thing on this list for you. But this means that thousands and thousands of microfibers are being flushed down the drain with each load of laundry. And where does the water go? I mean, follow your own local water, but it doesn't go into just like nowhere. It eventually leads to water sources for marine life and animals. I mean, we need to protect what we put into the water regardless. Every drain, any drain. Number 3, disposable paper cups. You know, the convenient cups that they give at like Starbucks, gas stations, the office. It's paper, so it's better than plastic because it's paper, right?
Wrong.
99.99% of paper cups are coated in petroleum or polyethylene. And what that did was just turn your paper cup into a plastic-coated piece of shit. So it's estimated that globally about 50 billion cups are used a year around the entire world. That means that totals up to 1.3 tons of paper, and that's an outrageous amount of paper. It takes 1.3 tons of paper, 6.5 million trees, and 4 billion gallons of water a year to supply the entire world with paper cups. What are ways to get around that? You can bring your own mug. A lot of coffee places will actually give you a discount. Carry a water bottle around. Something that can always be washed out, to where if you're at the office and you want something to drink, you can fill it up with water. Or if you're out and about and there's like juice or something laid out, instead of taking a cup, fill your water bottle with it. Wash it later. I have a mug in my car, to be honest. It's clean, but I keep it in my car. I don't know when I'm gonna need it, but little things like that. Just like try and reduce your use. Do your best. Number 4, garbage waste. On average, individually, humans make 4.6 pounds of trash per day. And have you ever thought about where it goes after it gets taken away. Mindlessly tossing harmful metals, plastics, old electronics away really cause more damage than you'd realize. We have to worry about things like soil pollution, surface water pollution, air pollution, all of these different things. So really do your research when it comes to where you are locally of how you can recycle things. There are usually recycling centers for electronics, or find a way to repurpose it. Sell it to somebody. Give it to somebody who needs something. You know what I mean? Donate it to a thrift store so it can be resold. Try to reduce your waste as much as possible. Also consider your kitchen waste, because you can avoid getting food that's completely covered in plastic by shopping at your local farmers markets or getting things fresh off of the wet rack. Not eating as much meat. Honestly, the more produce you eat, the less of an impact your dietary habits are having on the planet. It's just the truth. So overall, just think before you throw. And this last one may or may not apply to you, but number 5, cigarette butts. Or joint butts. Surprise! Cigarette butts aren't biodegradable. So when you see a car in front of you, drop it out the window, or you see a person just walking past you, you just drop it on the ground once they're done, or even worse, you're one of those people. Think about this. An estimated 1.6 billion pounds of cigarette butts end up as toxic trash every year. And what I mean by that is cigarette butts are basically cancer tea bags. They leak toxins into the water, and they kill and injure many different forms of wildlife every day. I mean, this is such an environmental crisis in so many different ways that San Francisco literally spends $11 million a year on cigarette butt cleanup. No ifs, ands, or buts. Pick up after yourself. That's all, man. Put your butt in your pocket, or throw it in the trash, or put it back in your pack, or don't smoke cigarettes. If you see somebody around you that you're smoking with, or that you know, or that you're near, that drops their cigarette butt on the ground, make a comment and then pick it up and lead by example. I mean, they're not going to give you cancer by putting it into the ashtray, but
they might kill a fucking bird.
So these are just 5 methods of destruction that we humans use on an everyday basis that is ultimately destroying our planet. And in order to make change, you need to consciously be aware that there's something that you need to change. So hopefully this video was a little bit enlightening for you. And I think it's really important to just be constantly finding new ways in order to improve in all areas of your life, but especially in ways that impact the planet, because we're only going to be here on this planet for as long as we take care of our planet. With that being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. If you'd like to read this information or maybe save it for later, make sure to hit the link in the description box below that will take you to the blog post that corresponds with this video. While you're there, check out my other blogs as well as our apparel shop, where we sell a whole bunch of different things like this shirt, which is a men's medium if you were curious. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my next video, because I do upload every 3 days. Peace!